The woman was horrified to see a severed arm floating ahead. Curious, she approached to touch it, only to discover it was the dead Paul. Terrified, she quickly let go of the arm, which miraculously returned to normal. She immediately went to check Paul's body and found him with his eyes wide open. Had he come back to life? She forced herself to overcome her fear, slowly approaching the body and even listening to his breathing, only to discover that he was already dead. It turned out that the woman was working inside the International Space Station. At that moment, an unknown object struck the spacecraft, causing a breach in the hull. The space station was subjected to a violent impact, causing Paul to be impaled through the arm by a metal object. Communication between NASA and the space station was severed, and contact was lost. Soon, Paul died from excessive blood loss despite efforts to save him. The woman resumed her efforts to repair the escape pod. She finally saw a glimmer of hope for survival, immediately sat in the escape pod's control room, and attempted to contact ground control for landing coordinates, only to discover that communication with ground control was impossible. Worse still, the oxygen system was now at 19%. Looking at the countdown timer in her hand, she knew her situation was dire. She sadly left her final message for her family, then left the tablet on the space station, hoping her family would see the message someday. She closed the hatch to the escape pod's control room and secured it tightly with a screw. After completing these tasks, she donned her spacesuit, securely locked the second section of the escape pod, fastened her seatbelt, and connected the oxygen supply. However, another unexpected incident occurred. Just as the woman pressed the separation button and the escape pod was about to detach from the space station, she discovered that the sixth bolt had become stuck. As time passed, the bolt on the space station miraculously repaired itself. The escape pod eventually landed in an uninhabited desert, and all ground personnel rushed to the rescue. However, when the woman was carried out, the higher-ups at the space agency immediately focused on the cold atom device, conducting various inspections. At that moment, no one noticed that the device was emitting a brilliant light.